Hello everyone, hope all of you are fine. My name is Niket Prashantan. I am a class 9 student and I study in the Kunjamangalam Government Higher Secondary School. So as a part of the Chem Story competition, I am going to be presenting the topic periodic table. We all know that the substances in the universe, all of them, are formed by the combination of elements. So far, about 120 elements have been discovered. Of these, only 90 elements are seen in the nature. The rest are artificial or human-made elements. Then you might be thinking there should be a table or something for the classification of these elements. Yes, there is one, and it is called as the periodic table. We can see a picture of the periodic table on the screen. So, what is the periodic table? That will be the next question. What will be rising in everyone's mind after hearing the periodic table? So, there will be a simple answer that periodic table is just a simple table that classifies elements. But that's just not all. The periodic table, also known as the periodic table of elements, is a tabular display of the chemical elements which are arranged by atomic number, electron configuration, and recurring chemical properties. The structure of the table shows periodic trends. The 7 rows of the table, called periods, generally have metals on the left and non-metals on the right. The columns, called groups, contain elements with similar chemical behaviors. 6 groups have accepted names as well as assigned numbers. For example, group 17 are the halogens and group 18 are the noble gases. Also displayed are 4 simple rectangular areas or blocks associated with the filling of different atomic orbitals. So now let's peek into the history, the periodic revolution. So how was the periodic table formed and who gave these ideas for the classification of the elements? It all started with the scientist Antoine Lavoisier. He was the first person to start classifying the periodic table. In 1789, he classified the then known 30 elements into metals and nonmetals. After Lavoisier, Dobrunja started classifying the elements. He formed small groups called triads. In a triad followed a trend whereby the value of the middle element in the triad would be exactly or nearly predicted by taking the arithmetic mean of values for that property of the other 2 elements. After Dobrunja, it was Newlands, another scientist, who arranged the known 56 elements in the increasing order of atomic masses. He found out that the properties of the eighth element is the repetition of that of the first element. He compared this to the 7 musical notes and he named this law as the law of octaves. After Newlands, it was another scientist named Mendeleev. He was a Russian scientist and his name is Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, who created a table for the first time for the classification of elements. Later, Mendeleev came to be known as the father of the periodic table. He used the periodic law not only to correct the then accepted properties of such known elements and such as the valence and atomic weight of uranium, but also predicted the properties of 8 elements that were yet to be discovered. So what are the uses of the periodic table in present? So the table can be used to predict the properties of elements, even those that have not been discovered yet. The columns and rows indicate elements with that share similar characteristics. The periodic table contains informative cells for each element arranged by increasing atomic number and chemical properties. Element symbols are abbreviations of the element's name. In such cases, the abbreviation comes from elements' Latin names, such as argentum for symbol, Ag, that is silver. Peculiarities of the periodic table. The elements are arranged based on their increasing atomic number. There are 7 periods and 18 groups in the table. Inert gases, etc., HENEAR, etc. All the groups are divided into subgroups A and B except 0, and the seventh group in the modern periodic table. Thank you, and I hope all of you enjoyed my presentation.